Hello everybody, this is Dan, our Crazy Bad Cuber. Today's video is long awaited. I have been absent from YouTube for a while. I'll give you my reasons why. So my day job is really busy at this time of year. It's starting to slow down now, which means I can get back into making videos, but I've been working like 12, 13-hour days a lot of the time. I just didn't have a lot of time for this. The second reason is actually really sad. One of my cats ended up getting really sick out of nowhere, and I had to take care of it during this time that I was also busy. And unfortunately, he passed away, which was really sad for me. So I just haven't experienced, I had that cat for years of my life, and it was really sad, and I'm gonna miss him. And then when I was finally, getting through that, I ended up getting, pain in my mouth, and I had to have a couple of wisdom teeth taken out, which made it hard to speak properly for a little while, and the pain was a little excruciating. So hopefully I can get back on schedule now. In fact, I am going to get back on schedule. Let's get back on schedule. All right, so today's video is going to be on the new MFJS MF8 and the MFJS MF9. These are miniature, I guess they're still big, but they're miniature 8x8s and 9x9s. So I've had these for a while, just sitting here burning. I really wanted to play with these, but I didn't want to open them and not have the live reaction. But what I will be doing is comparing them directly to the Yushin 8x8 and 9x9 in terms of size. I mean, you can kind of see already the difference in size of these. In terms of size, I'm going to compare, obviously, quality for the price, the plastics, turning quality, stuff like that, and kind of recommend which one I think is better, and if I think you should get them or not. Alright, so first of all, we are going to get into the MF8. So this puzzle comes in black, stickerless, or white. Currently, the Cubicle's website says black is on back order, which means it'll come in at some point. What I like about these right off the bat are the colors compared to the Yushin. I mean, okay, so this is an 8x8 and this is an 8x8. Look at the size difference. All right, I don't remember the exact dimensions of the Yushin 8x8, but I do know that this one here is 69 millimeters. Already, that turns all right. I don't remember the exact weight of this. I could look it up, but I'm not going to because I'm focusing on this, and this one is 217 grams-ish. This really fits in my hands quite nice. So let's go on with first turns of this thing. It is a little bit stiff. I gotta break them in a little bit, but all layers, this is really lubey. As I'm turning this, it's like lube is coming out. Wow, there's actually quite a lot on there, but I'm gonna get some paper towel, clean that off. So when I clean puzzles, I usually just use regular paper towel and kind of wipe the outsides. And now I don't feel anything on here at all. But you will find that if you're going to do this, you're going to have to do it a few times. I find that with a lot of Shengshao puzzles, especially because you start to move it and more lube comes out. Even already there's more lube. I gotta do this again. But yeah, it's pretty stiff. I'm personally not going to speed solve 8x8 and 9x9, so I don't really care. For me, it's more of the form, and I am having a bit of trouble holding this thing due to how much lube is still coming out of here. But alright, let's get on with the 9x9. Hopefully this one's not as lubey, but I kind of think it's going to be just as lubey. Open this up. Okay, so this puzzle is slightly bigger than the 8x8. Obviously, it kind of have to be. It is 74 millimeters big, and this one already, I can tell, just moves better out of the box. I really like the form factor, that it is so small. I find that layers are already wanting to kind of stick together. But again, I'm not going to speed solve. I'm pretty sure. I mean, you take these puzzles and you lube them properly, tension them properly, make them speed solvable. There's no way that Kevin Hayes is going to get an 8x8 magnetized for speed solving when it's not speed solvable. This guy is a world champion. He's not anymore. Max Park. The size compared to the Yushin, so it is considerably smaller. You can see that it's basically a Yushin without this outer layer here. If I put it like this, I'm sure you can see that. Yeah, so it's basically like a Yushin, but without the outer layer. Definitely fits a lot better in the hands. Very slightly bigger than the 8x8, but not by much. Whereas if you take the 8x8 and the 9x9 by Yushin, they're almost the same size. So let's scramble these two puzzles up so I can get at solving them. Alright, so these are the scrambled puzzles, and I gotta say, they look great. It's a little bit difficult to see that in this light, but if I go like this and kind of block the light, you can see it a little bit better. But yeah, really, really nice puzzles. I'm gonna go and solve these probably 2 or 3 times or so, and then I'll come back and let you know what I think about them. Alright everybody, so I have done 2 solves on each of these puzzles, and the lube has totally come out of this one now. I mean, it took quite a few wipes to get all the lube out. I would start solving on it, and then it's just overly lubed. It just came overly lubed. Whereas this one here, I've had absolutely no problems with the 9x9 with lube at all. It's really good. So I haven't tensioned these things at all. Like, I'm not gonna speed solve these things. I don't care to speed solve big puzzles like this. It's not even a WCA event anyways. What these are to me are just fun puzzles to just solve, and people can come over and be impressed by them, I guess. But they are very high quality. Comparing them to the Yushin cubes, so we can do the 8x8 first. First of all, I much prefer the size of the MF8 over the Yushin. Turning quality, I find that the Yushin turns much better. Overall, it's got a much smoother feeling. But this 8x8 is huge. Like, I have really big hands, and this 8x8 is massive. Whereas this one here, it's really like small and it's compact. And you know, this fits in my bag a lot easier if I wanted to. I could put this in my speed solving bag with all my mains if I wanted, whereas this one is not a chance that's gonna happen. Plastic wise, I think that the plastic on this puzzle, on the MF8, is better than the Yushin. That being said, the turning quality is better. So there's pros and cons of both, right? You're gonna have, like, size is better here, plastic is better here, turning quality is not as good, which is actually really important to me. So if I had to choose between one of these, honestly, at this point, I'm going to choose the smaller one just because it's compact. The other thing that would make me choose the MF8 over the Yushin if I was to buy it is that the MF8 is $29.99 and the Yushin is $71.99. So at this point, I would recommend this one just based on the price alone for an 8x8. This is a really good deal. Alright, so let's compare the 9x9s. Again, like I said, this 9x9 wasn't overly lubed. It's really smooth. I'm going to give it the same verdict as I did with the 8x8 when I'm comparing with the Shengshao. I mean, this thing kind of... the 9x9 Yushin is definitely more stable in the hands than the 8x8 is for the Yushin brand. But it still does deform, but overall it's definitely a much more solid feeling puzzle. This one here is more solid. It feels very, very well put together. It doesn't feel wobbly in any way. In fact, it's kind of the opposite of that. Like, you're not going to get any wobble with this because it's just well built. It's really well built. And just like the 8x8, I also prefer the size over this as well. And this is pink. Come on, like, why pink? Like, we wanted red, and in low light, I can't tell the difference between orange and pink on the Yushin. That is like, I don't like bright lights in my house. I usually, like, I'm kind of like a darker, like, heavy metal type of guy, and I like dim lights and, like, you know what I mean? So, like, I don't like bright lights unless I'm speed solving. It's not necessary for me, and the Yushin has always been a problem for that. Whereas this one has not been a problem. I mean, this is really good. On this one here, like, the colors are so different, especially the the orange and the red, which was the problem on the Yushin. No problem in low light at all. And also, just like the 8x8, the price difference between these two is massive. Like, the Yushin is $79.99, which I actually thought was, you know, a really good price. And you know what? If this one didn't come out, I would still think this is a really good price. And it still kind of is. It still kind of is. It's a very expensive puzzle, but it is a big puzzle. That's what you're getting, right? This one, however, is only $34.99. And it has a lot of really awesome things that this doesn't in terms of stability and size and stuff. So I would definitely recommend this. So out of the Yushins or the MF8s and the MF9, I'm going to recommend these ones. Overall, they are just better in my opinion, and I can't wait to see what some people might mod with these to make miniature big cube mods. Alright everybody, so you can find these puzzles if you would like at the top of the description down below at thecubicle.us. If you'd like to get them even a little bit cheaper than they already are, you can use coupon code CrazyBadCuber through checkout. You can tell I have said this a few times in my videos now, but I do highly recommend these puzzles. They are awesome and they're a really good price. I want to thank the Cubicle for sending me these, and let's get back on the video schedule, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video.